Peace. What's the word? What's happening, everybody? Hopefully, everybody is having a peaceful Friday, staying healthy, staying productive, staying positive, staying out the way, getting things done, executing the plans. Give y'all about 3 to 5 minutes to tap in with the kid before we start building on this subject matter for the day. Y'all see the title of this particular stream. We talking about how worrying will cause you to wither away. Pretty much, man. Real simple. It's gonna be a nice elaborate build. So hopefully y'all got about 40 to 45 minutes to tap in, get the jewels, add on all that good stuff, man. But before I dive into that, man, y'all tap in with me. Let me know how y'all living and feeling on this wonderful Friday, man. So what's the word? How everybody living? How we feeling? How we holding up on this wonderful Friday? Peace, peace. RLD, peace. What's happening? How we living? How we feeling? Win Warman, peace. What's happening? How we feeling? How we living on this wonderful Friday? Tap in. What's the word? Lindell, peace. What's happening? What's the word? How we living? How we feeling on this wonderful Friday? Tap in. Tell me something good, man. Tell me something good. Magic, peace. What's happening? What's the word? How we living? How we feeling? Hopefully everybody doing good. Hopefully all is well. If not, like I say all the time, you still have the opportunity and the time to change, to turn things around. So if your day not going good so far, you have the ability to change that. You have the ability to shift the momentum right now. Hey, Kurt, peace. What's happening? For sure. Yeah, for sure. Definitely a good topic. Try to tap in the topics that I don't see a lot of people talking about, for sure. But yeah, if your day not going well, man, you still have the ability to shift that momentum right now. So I advise you to do just that. If you having one of those days, it's time to turn it around. Straight up. MC, peace, what's happening? Beast by Bless, zone out. Peace, what's happening? What's the word? How we living, how we feeling, how we holding up on this Friday. Y'all see what it is. We're gonna talk about worrying, doubt, that type of energy. And how when that energy consumes you, you might as well get the shovel out and dig your own grave. If you're gonna let that doubt and if you're gonna let worrying consume you, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. You're not gonna attract anything powerful and positive in your life at all. Prime Prodigy, peace, what's happening? What's happening? Hey, for sure. Hey, we strive to provide value. That's the purpose here. I'm always striving to add on. We got enough people and platforms that subtract. People, platforms, substances, all these things. We have enough of that subtract. Destroy the brain cells. So I'm striving to add on. I'm striving to add on at all times. That's my purpose in life, man, to add value, to bring value. Anybody who I come across, anybody who comes across me should take away some value. And I tell that to everybody. You should always strive to bring value to a situation, to a person's life. And if you do that, then you receive value. You receive it back tenfold, 100-fold. So I provide value and I get that back. I attract that to my life. So that's why I'm always striving to do it. I strive to provide the folks with what I would like to be provided with. The golden rule, treat others how you would like to be treated. So that's why I'm always trying to drop game when I come across it, because I appreciate people who drop game on me when they come across it. And I'm able to extract a lesson and apply the lesson and implement it in my life to change things around. So I appreciate that. So I try to do the same. I try to do the same. Savetta, peace, what's happening? Emmanuel, peace, what's happening? LJ, peace, what's the word? But yeah, man, we talking about worrying. We talking about being doubtful. Again, if you're gonna entertain that type of energy and let it consume your life, get the shovel out, dig your own grave, bury yourself alive. I was reading a book and it said, real simple quote. It said, worrying or worry is soul suicide. Real powerful. Worry is soul suicide. Like that's deep. It's simple, yet it's deep at the same time. When you spend all your time worrying about things, again, get the shovel out, dig the grave, lay in it, bury yourself alive. Because everything that you are worrying about, that's what you will attract to your life, and you will manifest circumstances that reflect that energy. That's why it is not good to sit around worrying. Because again, the very thing that you are worrying about, the very thing that you are worrying about happening, if you spend all your time focusing on that, being worried about it, you're going to attract that exact circumstance, that exact situation. So don't do that. That's why when I got, and this even applies to worrying about people in your life. Like when you got somebody in your life that's dealing with a crisis, like a health crisis or something along those lines, don't worry about it. Man, we got to shift the energy that we distribute to these type of people. When somebody is going through a health crisis, man, don't sit there and worry about it. Because again, if we got 95% of the family worrying about if this person is going to make it or not, which what we really worried about is them not making it, then guess what's more likely to happen? We got 90% of the family worrying about this family member not making it. Man, that's some powerful energy. Instead of if we just shifted that energy, stop worrying about it. Know and understand that all is well and everything will be all right. That's the energy that you're supposed to have, whether it's the energy that's directed towards somebody else or the energy that's directed towards you. Whatever you going through, don't worry about it. All is well, everything is going to be all right. Everything is going to unfold the way that it's supposed to unfold. But when you sit around worrying about, and again, when you worry, we're not worrying about good things happening. When you worry, you're worrying about the worst possible outcome. That's what worrying is. Worrying, I'm not worrying about something positive happen, because then it's not called worrying. When you worry, you are thinking about the worst possible outcome. You are thinking about the worst case scenario. That's what's happening when you are worrying. You are thinking about the worst case scenario, and you spend a lot of time and a lot of valuable energy dwelling on this worst case scenario, and then it ends up happening. All because of your mindset and your mentality shifted. Dion, peace, what's happening? TJ, peace, what's happening? Hey, Prime, you say, what do we replace worry with? You replace worry with any other positive energy. You can replace worry with confidence. You can replace worry with knowledge. You can replace worry with peace. You can replace worry with love, with whatever positive feeling, positive emotion, whatever. You can replace worry with that. I like to replace, me personally, I like to replace worry with like knowledge or peace. And me being at peace, I'm at peace with whatever happens. I'm at peace with whatever happens. That's what I replace worrying with. I'm not about to worry, because whatever happens, it's gonna happen, and I'm at peace with it. Especially if it's something outside of my control. So when I'm dealing with, let's say, something outside of myself, and let's say I got a family member going through something. Well, instead of me worrying, what I do is, this is the first thing I do. If it's something that they are dealing with that I have some information on that will help them, first thing I'm gonna do, share the information. Now, when I share the information, I've done my duty. Now it's up to them to say, okay, I accept this information, and I'm going to at least try to implement what it was that the young boy gave me. Or they can reject it. But either way, I'm good. I shared the information that I had that I knew or know would be helpful to this situation, and this person did what they wanted to do with that information. The first thing I do. Now, once I do that, then I'm at peace with whatever happens. I'm not worrying about it. I'm not worrying about how somebody else chooses to perceive whatever they're going through, how somebody else chooses to handle whatever that they are going through. Now, this is how my mind is wired towards circumstances that are outside of my control, are dealing with people that are outside of my control. The only thing that I can control is the perception. So when I'm dealing with circumstances that are outside of my control, I deal with knowledge and I deal with peace. That's what I replace worry with. I don't worry about other people because I can't control how they move. I can't control how they perceive certain things. So then I just supply them with what I know if they ask. And if they don't ask, I'm at peace with whatever happens based on my observation of how I see them dealing with the situation. So if I got a family member that's going through a health crisis and this family member has a long history of not making the right decisions from a dietary standpoint, from just a mental standpoint, then I pretty much, at this point, I know what's about to go down here. So I accept the reality and I'm at peace with whatever happens. Now would I like for them to come to some type of realization and enlightenment and make better decisions and possibly reverse the situation? Yes. But if they don't, I'm not about to lose any sleep. I'm not about to lose any sleep. Now, when it comes to myself, I like to equip myself with anything I'm going through with confidence and knowledge. Confidence and knowledge. Like whatever I'm going through, I know that I know that I'm gonna be okay. I know that I'm gonna be all right. I know that I'm gonna conquer this situation. So when it's anything involving myself personally, confidence and that knowledge, just me knowing that I'm gonna be all right. I don't think that there is anything on this planet that will hit me that I won't be able to conquer it. And that's just me personally. That's that confidence. Anything that comes my way, I have the confidence. I have the confidence that I will be able to conquer it. Because I can use this mind, I can use this brain to acquire the knowledge to conquer whatever it is that I need to conquer. And I'm thirsty for knowledge. I'm hungry for knowledge. So I'm not afraid to learn. I love learning. So me having that desire for knowledge, it gives me the confidence. So no matter what I'm facing, I know that there's a way out of the situation. And I know due to my desire for knowledge that I'm going to find that way. Because I'm hungry for knowledge. I'm hungry for information. So if I'm facing something, I'm one of the ones that's going to find a way out because I'm hungry for that. You got other people that they pretty lazy in that department. So when they going through something, it consumes them. It kills them because they're not hungry for that knowledge. I'm not going to let anything take me down because I'm about to learn everything I need to learn. And I'm about to try everything. I'm about to implement all this stuff that I'm learning. So I'm going to be all right because I'm hungry for knowledge. I ain't afraid to learn. I ain't afraid to listen. I ain't afraid of these things. I ain't afraid to try something new. And I have the patience. I'm not trying to rush the process. I understand, especially from a health perspective. I understand that when you take in certain approaches, it may take more time. So you got to have patience. So I've mastered these principles. I've mastered and I accept, I understand, and I know these principles. So that's why I know I'm gonna be all right at the end of the day. No matter what it is that comes my way, I'm gonna figure out a way around it because there is nothing that's going to be presented to me in regards to an obstacle that there is nobody else that has overcame that obstacle. So if somebody else was able to overcome it, I'm able to overcome it. That's the way I like to look at things. If somebody else reversed this, I can reverse it. If somebody else built this type of business, I can do it. That's how I look at it. And then I'm going to study their formulas. Hey, E. Smith, what's happening? Peace. I'm Nipping and Goldie. What's happening? Hey, Prime. Yeah, worrying leads to health issues mentally and physically. See, we got to understand something about, like, you got to understand, there is no separation. We don't have to separate the physical and the mental. First of all, everything starts within that mind. So even these physical diseases, these ailments and these diseases that we have physically, that's a manifestation of the mind. That's a manifestation of the mind. That's a manifestation of the state of mind of a person. And that's a reality that a lot of people don't want to accept, that our physical diseases is a manifestation of our states of mind. You know, the outer reflects the inner, and that's a reality of life. Your outer reflects your inner. Everything starts inward first, then makes its way outward. You know, so there is no separation of the physical and the mental. So anything that you're dealing with from a physical standpoint, it was manifested first in your mind. You know, and that's why people have this is one of the reasons why people have such a hard time holding themselves accountable. That's accountability. That's accountability. You know, when we come down with these physical ailments and these illnesses, we like to blame any and everybody but ourselves. But at the end of the day, again, the outward reflects the inner. So anything that I'm dealing with from a physical standpoint, I manifested that. I hold myself accountable for that. And that's another reason why I know that I'm going to be okay, because I hold myself accountable for everything that happens to me. So I'm not going to have a physical ailment or a physical, like a disease, and blame other folks and circumstances. The moment I blame somebody else or something outside of myself for this physical defect, guess what? I relinquish my power to reverse it. Now I'm about to indulge in self-pity. And that's just as bad as this worrying that I'm talking about. The moment I blame other folks and other circumstances for my ailments, I'm relinquishing my power to do anything about it because I feel like it's not my fault. So if I don't feel like it's my fault, then that's going to discourage me from taking a lot of action to solve it. But the moment I say, man, listen, I got this disease, I got this ailment, and it's my fault, I don't know about y'all, but that's going to motivate me to change it because I put myself in this position and condition. So I got to get myself out of it. So if I put myself in it, I can get myself out of it. But if I think somebody else put me in this spot, then I'm going to expect for somebody else to get me out of it. And that's what you see a lot of times. A lot of folks blame any and everybody else for them being in a certain spot. So now they waiting for any and everybody else to get them out of that. I'm not sitting around waiting. I hold myself accountable for everything that happens to me because I understand that, again, the outward reflects the inner. It's not the other way around. It starts inward, you know? So anything that I'm dealing with from a physical standpoint, from an external standpoint, from a bodily standpoint, started with my mind. It started with the quality of my thoughts. That's what happened. And that's the reality of the situation, you know? But from a scientific standpoint, when you start to worry, that's basically stress. And that's not the healthy form of stress. You know, that's stress that we are not directing in a productive manner. So when you start to worry and you let that worry consume you, then that actually shrinks your thymus gland from a scientific standpoint. You know, and I believe your thymus gland, I believe when you shrink that, then that destroys some of your white blood cells, which destroys or limits your ability to fight off cancerous cells. So from a scientific standpoint, when you are worrying, that's actually shrinking your thymus gland, which is severely limiting your ability to fight off cancerous cells. So it is literally making you sick. This is why I say when you have a disease, it starts in the mind. Because when you worrying, when you stressing yourself out, you are literally shrinking your thymus gland, which is literally making it harder for you to fight off cancerous cells. So then now you've got this disease, you got this illness, and you got this ailment, and you don't know where it stems from. The stress. It stems from the state of your mind. It stems from the quality of your thoughts. But a lot of folks, we don't make this connection. And then in the Western world, they don't like for us to make this connection, because then when we make this connection and we accept it, now we are better able to reverse these conditions and do things about it. They want to make it seem like there's really nothing you can do about a lot of these conditions. They don't want you to know that some of these conditions, or most of these, I'm going to say all of the conditions, which is controversial, but they don't want you to know that these conditions are linked to the quality of your thoughts, the quality of your mind. They don't want you to know that, because then now you got power. You have power. They don't want you having power. Straight up. They don't want you with any power. Kenneth, peace, what's happening? Blaze, peace, what's happening? Both of Madden, peace, what's happening? Lindell, you say one of your sisters tend to go on a food binge when she stresses. And it's a lot of science behind that's a lot of science behind why we stress eat, which a lot of people do. You know, that's why it's always good to strive for what they call homeostasis, which is balance. You know, a lot of us are chemically imbalanced, you know, and that is the reason why you see a lot of stress eating, a lot of obesity, a lot of just ailments, a lot of diseases, a lot of heart attacks, strokes, diabetes, all of these things, hormonal slash chemical imbalances. You know, so we should always strive for balance. And I saw a quick D Montreal, peace, what's happening? I saw a question I wanted to tap in with. Hold up. Prime, this good question here. Because a lot of people, I get this a lot. You say, does being at peace with everything mean being numb to it all or no? That's a good question because I get this question a lot because I talk about detachment and I talk about being at peace. No, being detached and being at peace has nothing to do with being numb. Nothing to do with it at all. You know, when we talk about detachment, when we talk about being at peace, a lot of people quickly assume when they hear the word detachment, for sure. Now, peace, but when they hear the word detachment, they automatically assume that we are talking about a person that's numb, that doesn't feel anything, that's stoic, all of these things. That's not what detachment is about. Detachment is real simple, which makes it profound, which makes it hard to understand. The basic way that I like to explain detachment is we not attached to any outcome. We accept whatever happens. So I'm not attached to a certain outcome. You know, whatever happens, I'm cool with it. You know, whatever happens, I'm cool with it. Life goes on, type of vibe. But that don't mean I'm not gonna feel some type of way initially. But I'm going to accept whatever happens, especially again with things that are outside of our control. You know, so again, if I jot down a goal, the way a detached person approaches this, yeah, we're gonna put in the work, but we also understand that while we putting in this work for this goal, life may also have other plans for us. You know, so we able to adapt and adjust, be swift and changeable. You know, so we're not going to attach ourselves to this outcome. Would we like for the outcome to happen? Yes. But if in the process of us striving to attain this goal, life blows us in another direction, then we also cool. Whichever way this thing unfolds, we cool with it. It's not about to make. I'm not about to get upset if I don't acquire this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to get upset. I'm not gonna get in my feelings. You know, however this unfolds, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with whatever result comes my way. Because at the end of the day, especially if I put in the work. So if I did my best, if I put in the work that was required, then whatever happens from that was supposed to happen anyway. You know, so I accept whatever happens, especially when I did my justice, when I did my due diligence. You know, so again, I'm not attached to any outcome, man. So whatever happens, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with whatever result. I'm not attaching myself to any result. You know, I don't have those expectations that things are supposed to unfold a certain type of way because I followed this particular formula. Like, nah, man, things unfold differently. You know, things unfold differently. I can't control these outcomes. I can't control a lot of these outcomes, man. I can only control how I perceive them. You know, so the way I choose to perceive them is whatever happens, I'm gonna extract a lesson from it. Whichever way this thing unfolds. You know, if I got a family member dealing with a health crisis, hey, if they make it, man, that's great. If they don't make it, I'm not saying that's great, but again, I'm not about to sit and dwell and cry and shed tears over it. I'm not about to do it. What I'm gonna do is focus on the best parts of it. You know, what did they do while they was here on Earth? What happy memories do we have? I'm gonna focus on those things because now the person, whatever they was fighting, they lost the battle. Me being sad, it's not gonna bring them back. It's not. It's not gonna bring them back. Now again, I ain't got no problem with a person grieving around me, crying, doing all that. I ain't got a problem with people doing that around me. I just choose to look at things differently. I done lost plenty of family members over the past years. And I don't, you know, I'm not gonna say it doesn't bother me, but I don't dwell on that. I don't dwell on the loss. I don't focus on the loss. I don't focus on them physically not being here anymore. I don't focus on that. You know? And people, we say it all the time, like, hey man, if they was here, they wouldn't want you sitting around like that. Like that's the energy that I have. Life goes on. You know, they live on vicariously through me, they live on vicariously through you. So I know me sitting around being sad 24/7, crying 24/7 is not going to do anything to bring anybody back. Not once on this planet has doing any of that brought anybody back. You know, so once I understood that fact, it's like, all right, man, whichever way this is going to unfold, I got to be able to, I got to accept it either way. You know, if they make it, cool. If they don't, life goes on. That sounds harsh, but it's really not. At the end of the day, it's the truth. You know, and the truth is the truth. We don't have to place any other label on the truth. We don't have to say the truth is harsh, the truth is this. No, the truth is the truth. And that's what I tend to deal with. Oh yeah, Blaze, for sure. Self-savior. You got to save yourself. You got to save yourself. E, for sure. Responsibility through accountability. You know, I'm big on that. I talk about accountability all the time. I hold myself accountable for everything, man. Whatever is happening in my life, in some way, shape, or form, I'm accountable and I'm responsible for what's happening. I don't care what it is. If I'm involved in it, I played a role in this happening. Now, is it 100% my fault? Maybe not. But even if I played a 5% role in it, that's 5%. Even if I played 2% of a role in this thing unfolding, that's still a percentage. And that 2% of my involvement, if I removed it, could have turned out differently for me. So I'm always focus on that. I don't spend time, I don't waste my time. For me, it's a waste of time. Just blaming everybody else. Oh man, the reason why I'm here is because of X, Y, and Z. No, I may acknowledge roles, and then I'm gonna end up focusing ultimately on my role in it and what can I do better moving forward to make sure this doesn't happen again, or if it does happen again, how can we handle it better? Kenneth, what you say? You got mental health problems? Can you get a shout out? Hey man, for sure, man. Keep your head up, man. Keep tapping into videos such as this. You know, you want to tap in when you dealing with these mental health issues, man. It's all about the seeds being planted in your mind, man. So continue to surround yourself with positive vibes, positive people, positive videos, positive music. You know, you don't need anything destructive. You don't need anything that can trigger any type of negative response from you or toxic response from you. So you need all positivity. So surround yourself with everything positive. Read positive books, watch positive videos, build with positive people. If it ain't positive, turn it off. Straight up. Like straight up. And don't entertain the outside noise, fam. You know, don't entertain the outside noise. Don't let people knock you off your square because people do a good job at that, you know. They do a good job at that, knocking you off your square. Don't entertain these fools out here, man. TJ, for sure. Hey, I'm gonna give you one better though. We say mind over matter, but at the end of the day, mind is matter. You know what I mean? So it ain't even the mind over. Mind is matter. Matter is mind. It's all one and the same. You know, it's all one and the same at the end of the day. The mind, hey, that the mind, that intelligence, that's everything. You know, your body consists of tons of cells, and all these cells individually have some intelligence within them. You know, so the mind is everywhere. You know, so whatever matter consists of, You also got the mind. You also got intelligence. So mind is matter and matter is mind. Straight up. You're going to find that intelligence in any and everything. Like straight up. Hey, Prime, you say, I feel like I'm permanently detached and people think I'm at peace, but I know I'm just numb. But it's perspective though. You know, it's perspective. You can shift the perspective by simply accepting the fact you may be at peace. You know, because I get the same thing. I know I'm not numb to it. See, this is the only reason you possibly saying that you numb is because of how other people view your reactions and responses to certain things. Like I let that cloud how I viewed myself. You know, when people die and I'm not crying, then they tell me I'm numb. I'm like, man, I'm not really numb though. Like I feel for the person, but I just crying just ain't my thing. Like I just choose to deal with it differently. But all these people kept telling me I'm numb because I'm not crying. I let their reality cloud who I truly am. Like I'm not numb. Like I'm truly at peace. I've truly chosen to view this in a different light. They choose to label it as numb, you know, and then I ended up accepting it for a time, being like, maybe I am numb, but no, I know that that's not the reality. So I shifted my reality by rejecting their definition of myself, their definition of how I choose to react and respond to things. I ain't let them control my narrative. That's the only reason why you may be feeling like you just numb. Like you might not be numb. You might just not respond and react to certain things the way most people do. And that's fine. That don't necessarily mean that you numb. You just react and respond to things the way that you react and respond to things. Straight up. You know, like it could simply be that. You know, you respond and react to things the way that you do in a detached fashion. That's it. That's it. That's the reality. Not everybody is going to respond to certain things by crying or being overly emotional, but that don't make us numb. That don't mean that we don't feel things. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like when people label us like that. You know, just because I'm not crying, just because I'm not smiling or things like that, people make an assumption. Stop doing that. Y'all, people don't know what I feel. People don't know what's going on in my mind unless I tell them, you know? But I don't have to always have it written on my face, you know? Straight up, some of us choose to deal with things or perceive things a little differently, and that's okay. Like that's okay. You know what I mean? Like that's okay. Because I choose to respond and view things in a positive light. You know? Because again, it's a positive and negative in every situation. Positive and negative exist in every situation. I don't care how bad you think the situation is. There is something positive that can be taken away from it. I don't care what it is. I don't care how tragic the situation may seem. I guarantee you there's a lesson to be learned. And as long as there is a lesson to be learned and taken away from the situation, there is a positive. But we like to dwell and we like to focus on the worst part. We like to settle on the worst part of every scenario, every circumstance, every situation, everything that happens to us. We like to settle on the worst part of it, the worst possible part. We settle on that and we dwell on that, and we wonder why we can't get over this hurdle or this hump. Like we wonder why, because we keep settling on the worst possible part. Like straight up, gotta stop doing that. Dion, you say you've had issues with the fam. Hey, and man, people, listen, family issues, that's gonna happen, you know. And the first thing I did when it comes to family issues is that I stopped placing I stopped placing a high emphasis on labels. Just because somebody is family, meaning cousin, sister, brother, mother, father, grandfather, grandmother, auntie, uncle, doesn't eliminate the possibility of them doing you dirty. So I'm not about to place somebody in this higher light because they are a relative or because they are family. No. Again, we all know that if anybody is going to do you the dirtiest, more than likely it's going to be somebody that you know. It's going to be family. It's going to be a close friend. So I don't put anything past anyone. I don't look at somebody and say, man, I can't believe my cousin would do. We family. Why would they do me like that? Nope. I don't put that past anybody, especially when I observe the characteristics or the traits of family members. If I got a family member that is a liar, they lie to everybody. I'm not going to be surprised when this family member lies to me. They lie. That lying is in their nature, apparently. They are a liar. So when they lie to me, it's like, yep, that's what they do. Shouldn't have expected anything less. I got the family member that is a thief. They steal from any and everybody. I'm not surprised when they steal from me. So when I get around this family member, I move accordingly. I don't let my guards down because this cuzzo will never do me like that. Oh, that's bro will never do me like that. Man, you could just click on the news and you see plenty brothers killing brothers, sisters killing sisters, mothers killing sons, sons killing mothers. You see this all the time. Fam, when people are not in the right headspace, they will do anything to anybody, including you, no matter what the relation is. So I don't know where people are at in their minds and they head. I don't know where people at. And I'm not going to assume just because you my brother, just because you my sister, that you in the right headspace and I'm off limits. No, if that person snaps, they will do anything to anybody. I've seen it more than enough times. So I don't ever let my guard down and have this expectation, because they fam, then I'm off limits. They ain't gonna never do me like that. Nor do I take it harder because a family member did me dirty. Again, family member do me some type of way, cool. Thank you for giving me that information. Now I know how to deal with you moving forward. I don't be like, dang, man, I can't believe Cuzzo did me like that, man. At some point, I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna disconnect communication and focus on myself. I'm not about to be sitting around stressing about that and let that destroy the quality of my life. No. Black Sun, peace, what's happening? I'm not gonna ever let that happen. And if it does happen, I'm not gonna let it linger on for too long. I'm gonna stop that and reverse it. That's gonna happen for sure. It will get reversed quickly. Yeah, for sure, man. That constructive criticism, things like that, man. Harsh truths for sure. You should want somebody in your corner that's giving you that harsh reality, that's telling you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. But we like to be surrounded by yes men and yes women. Everybody, we want to be surrounded by people who agree with everything we say and do. We don't want to be around people that's gonna tell us the truth. You don't want to be around somebody that's telling you, man, stop eating that swine. Stop. Why are you going to McDonald's? Why are you going to this fast food at 10 o'clock? Stop feeding your babies that can't. Like, you don't want to be around that person. We start saying things like, oh, you judging me. Well, you need to be judged for some of the silly stuff that you're doing. I don't mind being around somebody that's judging my actions. And then they're going to give me the criticism based off that judgment, for sure. Judge me. If I'm going to get that fast food at 10 o'clock, judge me. Tell me to stop. Tell me don't do that. And now if I still go do it, hey, that's on me. But trust me, my subconscious picked up what you said. And you keep telling me that enough times, like, hey, it's gonna resonate. Straight up, if you call yourself a friend, like if you call yourself caring about somebody, man, prevent them from doing that trash, or at least strive to plant the seed. Plant the seed, fam. Plant the seed. Belinda, you say, what is your take on the religious or faithful aspect of the subject today? Because we all hear people say, just give it to your God. Yeah, you already know I don't too much care for that. But if that's how you live, that's cool. But me personally, I don't care for that. Because basically, I don't even want to say I don't care for that. I interpret that differently. You know, when you say just give it to your God, say just give it to yourself. Give it to your subconscious mind. Because that's what you're really doing. Or that's what you should do. That's what you should do. You know? And I take it a step past having faith and belief. Have that knowledge. Get the like knowledge, fam. Like we ain't got to believe, we ain't got to have faith. You can know. You know what I'm saying? Like you can know that you're gonna be all right. So I bypass having faith and believing. I know. You know, that's confidence I have. I know that I'm gonna be all right. I know that I'm going to jump over these hurdles and these obstacles. Like I know. I don't have faith. I don't believe. I know. You know what I'm saying? Like I know. I know that this is happening. And then I ain't about to give that type of energy to anything outside of myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do that. I ain't gonna do it. That sounds great, but I ain't doing it. You know, that's not how I'm living. Alonzo, peace. What's happening? Prime, yeah, exact. So Prime, yeah, we on it right. We on the same type of time, and I didn't have to let people know. Like I don't do a lot of crying. I don't do crying. I ain't gonna say a lot of crying. I don't cry at all. You know, and for the longest, see what society tries to program us. So I'm sitting around here not crying, and society making it seem like I got a problem. Oh man, why are you not crying? Like, what's wrong with you? You know what I mean? Like certain things, you don't be getting excited. What's wrong with you? So after enough people keep telling you this, you actually start to believe something is wrong with you. When the whole reality is that's just who you are. I just don't cry. You know what I mean? Like the stuff just don't make me want to cry. Like that's just what it is. And I tell people all the time, the excitement thing is funny because people get upset. So the times that me not getting excited has ever been brought up is when somebody would do something for you. And this goes to expectations. This goes to the cause of suffering, which is attachments, attaching yourself to an outcome. You have people that'll do something for you and expect a certain outcome. So they'll do something for you and expect you to be all giggly and smiley when that's not even you. That's never been you. So it's like people spend their life trying to crack your code, trying to do something for you to make you smile instead of accepting who you are. Like, I just don't get excited. That's just not me as a person. So you got people who make it their life mission to try to crack your code instead of accepting your reality. I accept all these happy-go-lucky people who joke all day. I don't try to break that mold. But when we sit around here and we chilling, everybody trying to break your mold. They trying to break the code, crack the code. I'm gonna get him to do this. I'm gonna get him to smile. I'm gonna get him to be happy. I'm gonna get him to be excited. Like, no, you're not. That's not how I am. That don't mean I'm miserable. Just because you did something for me and I didn't respond by getting extra excited, don't mean I don't appreciate what happened. I just don't respond in that manner. I don't respond like you would respond. But you had this expectation to how you envisioned that I should respond. And when I didn't give you that response, now you're upset. We got to stop doing that. If I do something for somebody, first of all, I did it because I wanted to. I don't care how they respond. That's it. That's the end of that. If I do something for somebody, I did it because I wanted to. So therefore, I don't care how they respond. I didn't do this for somebody to expect something in return or to expect a certain response. I did this because I wanted to do it. So therefore, I don't care how you respond. I don't care how you react. I don't care about any of that. I don't care what you give me in return. Like, I don't care about that. At the end of the day, I did this out the kindness of my heart, out the goodness of my heart. So either way, I'm going to get, like, the reciprocation is going to happen because that's a universal law because my intentions were right and exact. So I'm going to get, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to get a return on my investment. So I'm not worried about that. I did this because I wanted to do it. I don't care how you respond. I don't care how you react. I don't care what you give me in return. I don't care about that. I didn't do it for that. You know, but other people, on the other hand, oh man, why you ain't get excited? Because I don't get excited. I be chilling. That's my personality. Just like you got people who got those bright personalities and perky personalities, you also have people who have my type of personality. We exist, and nothing is wrong with us. We not upset, we not sad, we not depressed. We just mellow. That's how we are. Nonchalant, whatever. Stoic, whatever you want to label us, that's what we are. Like, that's how we are. Doesn't mean we have a problem, doesn't mean we're upset and depressed all the time. Like, we just chilling. We cool. We cool. Like, that's literally how I'm just cool. Like, you're not gonna ever catch me just getting overly excited, overly happy. That's just not me. If I do that, it's an act. So I like to keep it real. I like to keep it authentic. Like, I keep it real. I'm not about to be jumping up and down for joy. It's just, that's not how I am. And if you got a problem with that, then it's not meant for us to be cool. It's not meant for you to be within my cipher if that makes you feel a certain type of way. Like, straight up. Oh, Sardine, I'm already knowing. I know how that go. I know how that go. And I don't care about the relation. Once you start moving funny, cut him off. Cut him off. Tony, for sure. And that's the best. That's the best way to be. That's the best way to. It's the best way to live. Best way to live, man. And like I said, for the longest, I allowed society to make it feel like something's wrong with me. That was just me listening to society. Oh man, you ain't responding like this. Something must be wrong with you. Nah, people are different, fam. Again, not everybody gets like that. So it took me a minute. Like, I'm straight thinking like, dang, hold on. Like, dang, something must be wrong with me, man. Everybody keeps saying, nah, wait a minute. Nah, this is just me. I've always been like, this me. And I had to tap in. Like, I don't be like, somebody do something for me. Like, I just don't get excited, but I'm chilling though. And if I'm chilling, to me, chilling is good. The way people view happy and all that is the way I'm chilling. Like, when I say I'm chilling, that means I'm good. Like, when you see me and I'm cooling, I'm good. Like, don't press on that. Don't press up on that. Like, I'm chilling, I'm good. I'm chilling, I'm good. Just leave it alone. Because the moment you keep trying to press the issue, now I'm gonna have a problem. Like, leave me alone. Like, I'm good. When I tell you I'm good, when I tell you I'm chilling, man, accept that. Accept it. Like, accept that reality, man. A lot of people don't know how to accept that. A lot of people, especially when you're dealing with, like, the introverts and the folks that are stoic, people such as myself, man. I feel like we are some of the most misunderstood people on the planet as far as, like, emotions and feelings and all that type of stuff go. We are very misunderstood. And I speak about this all the time. Very, very misunderstood. And you find yourself, when you are a person such as myself, you find yourself explaining yourself a lot. And you have to catch yourself like, man, why am I explaining to this person that I'm good, like, that I'm not mad or upset? Like, man, I be having to catch myself like, hold up, man, I'm not about to explain to you. You know what I mean? Like, just because you felt some type of way by the way that I'm walking around chilling, I don't owe you this explanation because you misinterpreting something. Like, a lot of people unfairly place emotional labels on us, mainly by saying we upset, sad, whatever. I know y'all done got that. If you anything like me, people done tried to tell you about yourself when you ain't got no problem. They asking you why you upset, what's wrong with you, what's bothering you, all that, because your facial expression is just like how mine is right now. Facial expression is the way that it is. Like, this is my natural facial expression. Hey, what's wrong with you? Man, nothing. Like, I'm good. I'm chilling. Man, why you don't be smiling in pictures? Because I don't smile in pictures. It should be simple. I don't smile in pictures. Like, I just don't smile in pictures. Nothing is wrong. I just don't smile in pictures. It's my signature look, whatever you want to call it. I don't smile in pictures. Don't mean I got a problem. Hell, most of the people that's overly smiling in pictures be some of the most depressed people on the planet. So I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't feel like smiling, I ain't gonna smile. Smiling ain't me. I don't sit around smiling 24/7. Don't mean I got a problem. Don't mean I'm suppressing any type of energy. I know plenty of folks that smile all the time, and they're the saddest people on the planet. So at least appreciate the person that's not smiling, because we keeping it. At least we keeping it real. I'm not about to put a smile on my face just because you asked me to. Just because you told me to. I'm gonna keep it real. Like, I'm not gonna smile if I don't want to. If I don't want to smile, I'm not smiling. If I don't feel like smiling, I'm not gonna smile. You know what I mean? Like, that don't mean anything is wrong. I just don't feel like it. I just don't want to. But if you keep pressing it, now you giving me a reason to be upset now. So chill out. But you find yourself explaining that. Like, I don't owe people an explanation. I don't need to explain to you why I'm not smiling in pictures. I don't need to explain that to you. I don't need to explain that to anybody. So when you find yourself explaining yourself to people when it comes to stuff like that, man, stop doing it. You don't owe these people that explanation. If anything, they should explain to you why they always smiling, because they best believe they hiding something. I ain't hiding anything. I'm gonna take this picture just like this. I'm gonna keep moving. Yes, you always serious. So that don't mean I don't know how to joke. That don't mean I don't know how to laugh. Like, none of that. I just have a serious demeanor. That's it. Some people got a demeanor that's full of jokes. Got some people that's called comedians. I'm just a serious person. I have a serious demeanor. That's it. I take things seriously. Like, that's what I do. Just like you got people that take everything as a joke. I take things seriously. Nothing wrong with it. People like us, we tend to get things done because we just take things seriously. We take things seriously. We focus on the serious issues. We focus on the serious things. So we gonna get things done. Again, that don't mean I don't know how to have now. For the most part, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of folks that are serious, like myself, we have a different sense of humor. A lot of us deal with dark humor, and a lot of us are sarcastic. Like, we deal with sarcasm. Now, I could be wrong. Of course, this don't apply to everybody that's serious, but serious people such as myself, I know we deal with sarcasm a lot, and we have dark humor. We might laugh at things that folks ain't laughing about. And we gonna be very sarcastic. So yeah, we know we have a sense of humor, but it's different. It's different from regular humor. You know what I mean? Like, my humor, things I may find funny, it might be a little different than what other folks find funny. So yeah, we know how to tap in, we know how to have a laugh, but we might laugh at something you like, that. Why are you laughing at that? Because I find it funny. I definitely have dark humor. I will laugh at some stuff, and it might not supposed to be funny, but I find it funny. Like, straight up, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I will watch some of the craziest stuff and probably laugh. Like, I'm the type I could watch comedy. Like, I'll watch a comedy movie and won't laugh, but then I'll go watch a horror flick and probably be crying, like just crying laughing. Like, it's probably the funniest stuff I'll watch. I watch something that's serious, and like, you know what I mean, and I'm just cracking up. That's the type of stuff I be on. Like, I might be watching something bloodshed in it, and I'm laughing. Like, these fools. You know what I mean? Like the scary movies when a white girl always falling, I'm cracking up like, you idiot. You know what I mean? Like, I'm laughing. But then I watch something that's supposed to be funny, and I might just be looking at it. So I laugh at the stuff that wasn't intended to be funny, because that's how I am. When I'm actually being funny, like, I'll be dead serious. Like, I don't actually go out of my way and try to be funny. Anytime folks have laughed at me, like, it was because I was serious. And that was the funny part, because I, like, meant what I just said. They was like, man, dude, dead serious. And they found that funny. But that's the type of stuff that I also find funny. When something is dead serious, that's funny to me. Like, this is funny because this person really feels this way. Like, they are dead serious. Like, they not joking. Like, this person is really that crazy. Like, that's funny to me. You know what I mean? Like, that's funny. People's true personality is funny to me. You know, real life situations, that stuff is funny to me. Not a person that's going out their way to be funny. Now, that's a few of them. Few of them that I'm gonna laugh at. But I like laughing at real life events, like real life stuff happening, or just the crazy stuff, which is the dark humor side. But I could be wrong. But I know on my end, me being a serious person, I laugh at serious stuff. Like, I laugh at stuff like that. And the sarcasm is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I will hit you with some sarcasm. My sarcasm is so bad, like a lot, and this is why I end up in a lot of conversations that I don't be trying to end up in. I hit them with sarcasm, and again, they think I'm like, I want to hear what they got to say. So my sarcasm actually always fails me at the end of the day, because don't nobody ever catch on to sarcasm. Like, folks do not catch sarcasm at all. Like, 1% of the population actually catches sarcasm. And I might be the 1% to catch the sarcasm. Like, yeah, dude being sarcastic, he don't really. So then I end that conversation, but most of the time folks go right on. They actually think you are entertaining what they talking about. Like, hey, you ain't get this sarcasm? Like, I really don't want to hear this. That's the reason why I gave you that sarcastic remark. But yep, I got sarcasm bad. But it's cool with me. But y'all, man, with that being said, I always go over my time. That's crazy. But I gotta tap out of this joint, man. I gotta head back to this gym, man. I gotta make my smoothie, do all that type of good stuff, man. So I appreciate y'all tapping in for this quick bill. Hopefully y'all took some jewels away from it. Matter of fact, I'm sure y'all took some jewels away from it. If not, rewind that joint, because it was some jewels dropped. But I'm gonna let y'all get back to enjoying the rest of y'all Friday. And y'all enjoy the weekend as well, because I probably won't tap in this weekend, man. I gotta decompress, I gotta recharge. This a weekend of recharging, man. Getting that mind right, centering the mind. This the weekend, man. Hey, Saturday, Sunday, center your mind. But I'm out, man. Y'all be easy. Appreciate y'all. Peace.